With pancreatic cancer, it's quite notorious for being one of those cancers which can present late and is quite non-specific in its symptoms. People just sort of think, oh, I've got a bit of a stomach upset, or they go take some over-the-counter remedies and think, oh, well, we'll get better. And there aren't very good, easy diagnostic tests. The tests we can do are very much dependent on the local availability. So unfortunately, by the time many people are diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, it's spread. The absolute key is early diagnosis, and that's what we don't have at the moment.
A main goal of my research projects is to develop early detection tools for a pancreatic adenocarcinoma, which is one of the deadliest cancers. The test we are aiming to develop is simple, inexpensive, can be performed in any clinical laboratory, and the turnover is fast within a day. There is funding for isolated steps in the process, so funding is patchy. It is difficult to obtain, and it really, really slows the translational process.
My husband died in August of 2017 of pancreatic cancer. It was a miserable death. He was in increasingly severe pain, which in the last 8 months of his life, the GP surgery started to identify possibly needed some addressing. We pushed the consultant's trainee to get him an MRI. It was then raced through because we said, look, I think he's got cancer. And they rang us back within 2 days of the MRI to say he had a tumour. And he was given 4 to 6 months to live. But to watch the person that you love in such excruciating pain, and it's just dire. It's just the most miserable thing. I loved him with every bone of my body, but to treat somebody like that, I'm always conscious that he said early diagnosis, and hence a biomarker of some sort would be incredibly valuable.
We had been there, done cancer. I'd lost my husband. My daughter had lost her father. The idea that I would have cancer, and on hearing the diagnosis, was earth-shattering. Just give me a second. The surgery and the chemotherapy were both very successful. The margins of the tumour were clear, and the lymph nodes that they tested were all clear also. The cancer markers had dropped to normal. I'm very grateful for what has happened. I feel very fortunate to have had the outcome I've had in a very unfortunate situation. And I have taken time to dedicate my life to raising awareness to this disease and to support any way that I can to make sure that no one else goes through this.
There's always a lag between research tests and experimental tests and ones that are done in clinical practice, and the lag could be for various reasons. It could be financial reasons, it could be that the test has to be validated more. There isn't usually a barrier in terms of GPs not wanting to do the test. The barrier is more the test not actually being available to GPs to do.
What I think is needed is a more structured process with a clear roadmap of each steps that are required, with contacts and funders that would support tests to cross all the barriers during that translational process. That would mean getting the right test to the right patient population and increasing the survival of patients, which is the ultimate goal. So that would mean a whole world to me.